What a Kid would like to welcome you back to this substandard channel. This is a State of the Union. I used to do these every now and then, and it was really kind of when you hit a milestone, at least in my mind, like, hey, I got 500 subscribers, 1,000. And to be honest, once we got to about 5,000 or so, it's just like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. The novelty of the number watching, I was over that. So, but we thought we'd bring it back. We've got like 16,677 subscribers or something like that. So why not? This State of the Union is really more about you guys. So thank you for what you have helped this channel accomplish. And while some of it has been through, you guys seeing its parts, and certainly through viewing the channel, it's motivation for me to kind of keep moving forward. Now, in the past, we had a situation where we were not happy with our YouTube performance. And we get that from time to time. People say, hey, don't get burned out and stuff like that. And I understand where they're coming from. But when I decided to come back to do YouTube more regularly or whatever, I told myself that the things that I used to worry about with YouTube, I was no longer going to worry about. For me, it was a creative thing that I was never satisfied with the videos. I would be frustrated from the time I finished it. I'd be so just frustrated with the video because it wasn't what I wanted. And I just had to come to grips with myself to say, you know what? You're just not very good at this. You're not going to buy the equipment. You're not going to buy the editing software. You're not going to do that stuff. I'm not a techie. I'm not going to buy those things to make my channel better. And once I just come to grips with that and realize it, and through Teresa, a lot of that was her influence. It's been a much smoother trip for me. The videos are what they are. I mean, I personally think they suck most of the time, but they are what they are. So, and I don't worry about it anymore. And that has made YouTube much more enjoyable for me. So I want to thank you guys. I also want to thank Kevin and Pirate and Eric and Teresa, of course, for the track videos. If it wasn't for them doing the filming, we wouldn't have nothing but in-car, stuff like that. So I want to give them a big shout out for the help that they've supplied, filming and stuff like that. It's a big deal. I enjoy the track videos. Those are probably my favorite videos because I get to see the cars responding to the work that I've put into them, allegedly. Hopefully it's good. Sometimes it's not good, but I still enjoy those videos the most. And realistically, I have to thank Teresa the most. If it wasn't for her, there would be no YouTube channel. Thanks to her. I love you, babe. That's, you're one of the reasons why this channel I spend as much time on it as I do. How about that? So, this video is really just, besides the thank yous and appreciate you guys a ton. I say that in the videos, but I do appreciate it. The stuff you sent and the views and the comments and everything like that. It's always nice because this channel, I always say you guys are the best subs. This is really kind of what's going on to the end of the year kind of a thing, because we're kind of right in the heat of our racing season as far as I'm concerned, because the weather's cooling off. So that's when we like to go race. That's when I like to go race. Cars making power, make good passes, and so on and so forth. So this is kind of what's going on to the end of the year. We've got multiple cars that we're working on. I'm sitting behind them, and if you do not see or hear your car mentioned, then nothing's happening. Not for the next 2 or 3 months. There's nothing going on with it unless something drastically changes. So I guess a couple things that are coming up. We do have a dyno day coming up, and that is going to be at the end of November. We have a dyno day at Johnny's. I don't care about dyno numbers. Don't care. Doesn't matter what it makes. I could care less. But I understand that other people kind of like them, and I enjoy going for the hanging out and stuff like that. I enjoy that part of it. The dyno, it makes what it makes. Whatever. So We still haven't decided what we're taking, and hopefully we will have a few selections. And we've also, like I say, got some TNT days coming up that we're trying to get to as many of them as we can, more or less. And we got other stuff coming up with other cars. So let's kind of talk about that real quick, and then we'll just put an end on this one. Right? Okay. Rob Zombie. Obviously, this is a car that is right now heavy on the radar. I'm not saying like I'll get tired of working on it tomorrow, but it is heavy on the radar. We're right, you know, this is a car that we're putting some time into, that we're trying to make some hours each week to get done, or to get it running and go from there, and so on and so forth. But yes, this car is on the work list, high up on the work list. Silver car. Yes, this car is still high on the work list. It's a, you know, I don't want to say it's a priority, but it's kind of a priority. We've just been backlogged a little bit with Pro Stock, and some, you know, we've had some breakage. So it has kind of, you know, every time something happens on Pro Stock where it breaks or whatever, we lose time. We lose days that we have to fix it, that take away from working on these cars. So yes, silver car is definitely on the books to be running before the end of the year. That's, you know, that is definitely, we're close to. We just got to buckle down and get us a couple days on this thing. So it is definitely on the list. Trojan horse, super high on the list. As a matter of fact, I said a couple of weeks ago that I would like to have this car running a couple of weeks ago, and some stuff happened where we, you know, Eric came over to get his transmission. We were working on Pro Stock, so we really kind of lost some afternoons that otherwise would have been devoted to this car. But this car is, I don't want to say I want to have it running this week, because this, I don't know when this video will technically come out. It is a Monday today, so this video could come out like on Thursday or something. But this car, yes, just getting it running. We got some stuff we got to do to it before it's raceable, but we definitely want to get it running. This is very high on the priority list. I don't want to put them in any kind of order, but this one's up here. Teresa's car, not high on the priority list, but it's been entering my thought process a whole lot more than it should be. There's some parts movement that could take place that will move some things around that might lead to this car getting running sometime before the end of the year. That's, you know, I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying that I need make some decisions on what I'm going to do as far as some of the combination and stuff like that. So we're, you know, it's fail TD, and no, that is not his oil stain. Man, I would love to say I'm going to be working on it, but I'm not going to have the time, I don't think. So I don't foresee this. I mean, I want to have it running and work on it. So I run it. I mean, I want to put the oil pan stuff on it. And I need to look at the, I think it's shift pads on 1, 2, or something's going on. I can drive it and everything. It's just feels a little funny. So I don't want to race it like that. But you know, kills me. But, I just don't think the beginning of by the end of this year we'll have messed with it. I just don't see that happening. The Love Boat. Don't see me doing anything with this before next year sometime. A lot of it's a money issue, and there's some things that I want to change on the car that I need to kind of go over in my head, and I don't see myself working on this car until the first of the year or something like that. I mean, that could change, but I don't really see it happening, because it's all about racing the car to me. I might mess with it a little bit, but I doubt it. I got too much stuff to do to other cars, and so I don't foresee anything going on with the Love Boat. So, sorry, if you Love Boat fan, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I just got some stuff to do. I don't want to bring it back out so I can run it the way I want to run it. Blue Dragon, people ask about it. Nothing going on. I have no vision for this car to what I want to do with it. So I just don't do anything with it, which is the same difference. I just don't know what I want to do to it. I just look at it. I don't want to get rid of it. I just don't see what I want to do with it. Maybe it'll come to me. Maybe I'll have an epiphany and then I'll be good to go. But otherwise, Got nothing. Nothing at all, except maybe take some more parts off of it. All stuff that can be replaced. And for all you drag van fans, here it is, safe and sound in the warehouse. I mean, it's a little dirty, but it's out of the weather. It does have a flat tire. So yeah, this is loosely on the agenda to be looked at to get it at least functioning the way it needs to be that with EFI or a carburetor. At this point, I'm not getting too picky. Probably not going to see a lot of Krusty until the 1st of next year. We've got a lot of work to do to the car. Obviously, we got to replace a few parts here and there, but probably won't do anything with it till the 1st of the year. And then I pretty much think we're going to go 351. So we'll put the 351 in this car. So sometime around the 1st of the year, I think next year, the 1st of, I just don't think we're going to get to it before the 1st of the year. It's just, we got too much to do to the other cars. So, but I think that's our plan. I know it looks like a complete wreck now, but we'll put it all back together. Trust me. If you've been around the channel a while, we'll get to it. We'll try our best. So anyway, that'll be the Krusty situation. 351, that's next year. It'll probably be a priority car, I hope. Pro Stock, you guys know it's a priority. We got to do the yee-yees and stuff on it, and then we still got the wiring and some more lightweight stuff that we got to do, and we got a few parts we got to get. So this car will be on the channel like it has been this whole year, but it's going to be on the channel leading up into the new year for sure. So you can count on Pro Stock is very high on the list, if not number one. Well, I guess it is number one. Dirty Pickle. Well, this is probably going to break some hearts, I guess. But the Dirty Pickle is more than likely moving to a new home. Not the junkyard or anything like that. It's going to someone that really wants it and wants to do something with it. Truth of the matter is I just I don't really have the time. And with Trojan taking over the nitrous deal, that really just kind of put Dirty Pickle out in no man's land of what to do. I don't want to do the Windsor in this car. That wasn't something I was interested in doing. There's just nothing. I just don't have anything to do for it, and I'd have to literally get everything for it. Now you can say the same thing about Rob Zombie, but that was a different situation. And again, this car technically, even though it hasn't left yet, technically is going somewhere with someone that wants it and wants to do something with it. So, it's I don't want to say it's a sad tale. It's just, I've got a bunch of cars and I've got a lot of projects and I got a lot to work on. We've been doing this channel for 6 years. And while we have made a lot of progress, we still have a lot of cars to work on. So anyway, there you go. Dirty Pickle is probably going to be moving on down the road, more likely than not. So there you go. That pretty much sums up everything that's going to be going on. Basically to the end of the year, it's realistically going to be Rob Zombie, Silver Car, Trojan, Pro Stock, maybe some Teresa car, maybe some drag van. Next year, beginning of the year or whatever, or sometime in that area, I would like to work on the Fail TD. I would like to start pushing on Krusty a little bit harder on the 351 deal, and maybe the Love Boat. So, and again, anytime any of these cars, when they break or whatever, that's a setback. So that just pushes timeline back. But I think I'm pretty happy with all the ideas that I want to do. I'm pretty happy with the agenda. I don't want to do anything to the Fail TD to change it. I love the car the way it is. It's so much fun to drive and race. I love it the way it is, so I don't want to do anything. The 351 going in Krusty, I know we talked about doing that in Trojan, but since, that's the nitrous car, Dirty Pickle, just the way it is. ECD, we have not heard any news now. It's supposed to be in November. ECD is a huge factor in why we're doing what we're doing. I pretty much slow rolled these Trojan and Silver car a little bit because it is a huge inconvenience if something happens up at Atmore with either one of the cars. I like driving them and stuff. The ECD is way closer. It's way more convenient when something happens. It's just, so it's basically been a waiting game. If we find out one way or another what's going on with that track, then that will simplify some things and make decisions easier for me. But until then, it's just, I'm kind of like in limbo on some stuff, and you know, that sucks. But that's the way it is. So anyway, thanks for your time. I know this video is just a bunch of jibber jabbering, but you know, it is. they're all like that, honestly. So hey, no surprises. But I say it at the end of literally every video. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. Especially, thanks for watching. And until next time on the Substandard Leader and Fox Body videos, 1 year only Lincolns and Ford drag vans. We'll see you guys in the next vid. And obviously, we got some videos to make. So let's get to work, kid.